Oh, hey there. We have a 1990 Volvo 240. Oh, that scared me. Lost to a friend of mine, and today we're fixing the door locks. Because this didn't get any better with time. You know that in 1988 they changed the wiring for the engine harness, but the door locks are still subject to the same sort of decay and insulation falling off as any of the power locks or any of the years. So once you pull the door panel off, it's really simple to get to it, and then you have to re-insulate all of these wires. It takes some time, but it's not so bad to do. So if we're looking at the inside of the door, you can see the physical door lock mechanism is back here. When you turn the key, it moves this bit back and forth. And the wires, well, this goes around it essentially. And what this does is, that's our neutral position. It'll go to the left. Oh, the left is unlocked, the right is locked. There we go. It clips on there, kind of fits around it. You gotta be careful when you take it off not to break anything. And this is literally the entire unit. So we're going to disassemble the insulation and redo it. Notice that the door switches were getting a little stiff on the driver passenger side, so I pulled apart the switch. I'm gonna reverse engineer it for you guys to show you how I did that. Essentially on the bottom there's two tabs. You know, tabs are easy to see, that's not the hard part. And then you pop off the top, be very careful, there's springs under there. Okay. Once you get that off, then you've got this piece, which inside of it will have two little balls. You can't really see them. There they are. And then those balls sit on one side of this switch rocker, I guess we'll call it. So that rocker is going to sit here on the top piece, and on top of this piece is where this cover goes. So you want to be careful not to lose any of those little bits. And they go between this contact and that contact, and they reverse the polarity or send it straight through to the window so that it goes up and down. Okay, so everything's kind of greased and put in place. It's really simple. The ball gets moved this way or that way. So when we put this back on here, it's only going to go one way. There's a small nub and the big nub. That's the technical term. So as we click this back in place, we should be able to get the switch back in place. Make sure everything lines up in there because it can get dislodged very easily. Everything looks good. And essentially the switch will pop in over that. Oops, I didn't click the other side. There we go. Nope, I put it in wrong. That's why it's stuck one way. So I'm going to pull it apart and find out what went wrong and try again. Okay, so what happened, one of the balls were dislodged. I'm sure men can relate, and it sort of throws everything off. So once it's in there, it's perfect, real smooth. Don't put too much grease. You want to make sure those contacts are getting contact. But good as new. That's really, you shouldn't ever have to replace your switches because they always just need a cleaning unless something physically breaks in there. It's very unlikely that you'll ever have to replace these.